Out of interest, what's like the strategy here with an ace-8, like a backdoor straight, one strong overcard? Are you mixing whether you bluff or not, or do you just tend to want to play it aggressively?
I would mainly bet. I think range bets something like 60% or something, and this hand maybe a bit more, like 80%. It bluffs very well, but it doesn't have check down EV, so the 8 works really well.
So you might bet like a ace-6 potentially, or is that not quite there yet?
Or a king 4, king 5, slightly better unblockers. And then there would be some very low equity bluffs that are not exactly zero equity. A hand like ace deuce, it's a pair, but that hand bets the turn nicely. Maybe some pocket fours with a heart. Ace of heart X, ace of heart, even ace of heart jack. That feels like it has some showdown, but the hand just barrels very well.
So we're not expecting him to bet. I haven't seen this hand, so.
I imagine he bets because it's in the review.
Yeah, right. That's why I started the line of conversation, but everything you said made it sound like he should just check this back.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's going to bet massive. Is this like a one-sizing spot for most regs as well? 150
Yeah,
only?
I imagine virtually every reg would just play 1.5x spot and check here. It's just a blank turn. Our ace 10 plus is worth this much, and that's our entire value range. I guess we bet some other tens as well, but
And now, if you're Kevin and you have like king queen, are you finding like the different river sizing now? Are you finding like some sort of half, 2/3, 3/4 kind of bet, or are you like shove only in this spot as Kevin? What are the options?
they started a bit deeper. This is like 120 deep, I believe. Yeah,
Yep.
120. So 120 deep, I think I would 75, but 100 deep, it would be different SPR. I would jam.
What do you think about his hand here? Is it a clear choice for you, or is there anything else to consider?
Oh yeah, I would mainly bluff.
Would you always bluff?
I would bluff it very often, I guess, maybe always.
Would you mix the size that you choose?
I guess this hand mainly goes all in, because even though it doesn't block the straight, it blocks some hands that are pair plus. I guess that doesn't matter, actually. I would mainly go bluff all in, I guess, because that's the bulk of my value range. And then the 75 is just going to be a very small part of the value range, and then I would have way less bluffs there as well.
So let's see what he does. He does shove, and I guess because it's in the replay, he's probably going to get looked up.
Yeah.
By a possibly light hand. Let's have a look. Queen Jack. So he does check call the turn with Queen Jack high.
Yeah.
Even though he gets value owned by a hand like this or another similar bluff. Queen Jack just too good to fold?
I'm not sure. Like, there's a big difference in, is there a flush draw on the board or not? If this was rainbow, then it's a clear call. If it was double flush draw, it's a clear fold. And then here with the single flush draw, I'm not sure. I don't think this is a pure call. It's close though.
Interesting. Yeah. But yeah, so we got a multi-way spot. Maybe talk to us a little bit about how this works. Obviously, Davey won't be donking in the spot. But how does Kevin c-bet on a board like King 7-2 Rainbow with an in-position flatter?
So the board is King 7 deuce. We think about, as Kevin, how we are doing against the big blind, because that's easy to figure out. We are doing very well, right? It's a great board for us. And then we think how we are doing against the flatter. So the board is king high, and in these positions, or I guess in general, the guy, we can assume, never has ace king, and then he never has offsuit kings, right? I mean, this particular player might, but we took exploits out, right? So we are talking about theory.
Okay. So we're expecting a c-bet from Kevin. See a flop raise, and does Davey not fold? It's going to cold call. All right, that's interesting.
So the rock could have anything, really. He could have thin value, he could have a random bluff. Even though he raised, it's hard to put him on a hand here. He could have 7-6 suited, or he has a very wide range here. And then Kevin goes for the call. He needs to, yeah, I guess he figured out he has the odds to float this. I'm not sure if he does.
Well, I guess
Because-
when he's so deep with the rock, the potential increases. He might think there's great implied odds if he can turn a straight draw, open-ended straight draw, or flush draw, and check call a large bet. He might be able to check shove like on a river that completes his stuff against a set. Win 300 BB more.
Also, if it blanks out and then the rock checks the turn, Kevin is gonna get a lot of credit if he reopens the river.
Okay, so the rock is not going to slow down. He bets half. Davey, would you say Davey is folding like a bit of top pair here as well now?
Yes, but not because of the rocks half pot bet, mainly because if he has a single pair king, he's crushed by Kevin.
Yep. We're going to see something just absolutely crazed from Kevin.
He would make a read and go with it as well. He probably has a sizing tell on his opponent here. Or he has a read that the rock raises a lot of random hands and then bets, which, yeah, those are the only way that's the only way that you can justify his play on the turn. And he gets the perfect river to scare off.
It's going to send it. I like, in theory, is this just the wildest kind of punt or?
Yeah, well, the river is not a punt. You have to bluff. The question is just sizing, and yeah.
Does he get the fold?
The river is not.
I haven't seen the send.
Yeah. So obviously his read was correct, right? He had a read that the rock might bet a random top pair.
For a smaller sizing or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.